Welcome to the Carla Marie and Anthony Show. My name is Anthony.
I'm Carla Marie.
And we are live from the Jersey Shore, hanging out here in LBI.
I'm tweeting this.
And I will say, one of the things we've always said about the state of New Jersey is one of the reasons that we will always brag about our bagels and our pizza is that you can go to basically any place and get good bagels or good pizza. I found the one exception to that rule, though.
You can't be mean.
I'm not going to say the place,
okay.
But on the way down, I missed all of my, tried and true bagel shops on the way down the Jersey Shore on Sunday. And we decided to pull right off the Parkway, the Gardens State Parkway, around like what exit was it? Like 147-ish, 157,
yeah.
Something like that. And I said, I'm sure we could just find any bagel store.
Yeah.
So we went in, and this was without a doubt the worst bacon bagel sandwich I've ever had.
Yeah, they also, I got ketchup on mine and Anthony did it, and I watched them cut mine covered in so much ketchup, and it was all over the knife, and then they cut his, and I was like, you can't do that.
So, though, what?
Your Wi-Fi is spotty. Everyone turn off your Wi-Fi.
No, we're not on Wi-Fi. Our Wi-Fi is fine. See this little, you can actually see what I'm looking at now. See this little green icon in the corner, Carla Marie?
Yeah.
That means we're fine.
Yeah.
That means we have enough. If that goes yellow, we're in bad shape, and then if it goes red, we're kind of screwed.
Okay.
Yeah. We also forget that other people have Wi-Fi issues on their own.
Okay.
So, but yeah, we are here down the Jersey Shore. We're in LBI. I don't even know what part of LBI this is. Beach Haven. So, how have you taken everything in so far? You're just staring at the screen. I feel like I have to ask you something.
I was looking at the chat.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been great. Well, yesterday we had a birthday dinner for my mom's 70th birthday, which is at the end of the month. She's mad that I just said she's turning 70, but too bad she is. And we have the whole fam here, and it's crazy. It was the last time my family did a vacation like this. I was in my early 20s, but it's kind of wild.
So at least 30 years ago? 30 years ago or so?
All right, are we doing our drink?
Yeah, we're in like a hype train level 6.
Should we wait though?
No, we already passed
our goal,
our threshold. I do want to see what this golden emote.
Bring it in, shot girl.
Oh wow, are these shots or martinis?
Thank you, TT. Sal said it's Martini Monday, but it's not. What are we drinking?
It's the green tea, sweet tea vodka.
Sweet tea vodka.
All right, this was one of my go-to drinks for a very long time. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks to the bartender.
Yep. You did it.
Do it.
Woo.
All of it at once.
Woo.
Go.
That's strong.
Come on, what?
Do it.
I can't put all that in there.
You're supposed to mix it before it. That's how I make it.
You all right there, Carla Marie?
I mean, it's better than the Sambuca I did that time.
Okay. So on the list, by the way, we do have a list today. As Carla Marie struggles, we should remind you that we were supposed to do the Soul Reader on Thursday of last week. But last week was... You're more distracted than they are, just so you know. No, they're not distracting. I
hear them.
Okay. We were supposed to do the Soul Reader last week on Thursday. But as anyone who was here with us knows, last week's shows were a complete disaster.
Well, I woke up to an email from her Thursday morning that was a panic. She was like, I got double booked. I can't do this. I've had, it's a client. It's a meeting that I've had for months. I'm so sorry. We need to reschedule. I apologize. And I was like, oh, crap. Then we get to this. So I let everyone know who was supposed to get their soul read.
Yeah.
And this was happening. Then we get to the studio to come to the show. We're all set up because we got there super early because we were going to have the medium. And we're sitting there. Cameras all ready to roll. We get in our spots. And then all of a sudden the cameras froze. Like a minute before we're live.
Everything was working fine.
And you probably can't pull up the video of her. Remember you had the video?
So I have
Don't stress out.
Let me make sure I have it here.
So she had sent a video for us to play on Thursday, but she will be live with us on Tuesday the 26th.
Oh, I do have it, and it should work.
All right, we're going to play a video real quick. I don't remember what it says. So.
Wait, why is that? Oh, we'll talk a little more. I have to fix one more thing.
But she was so And I was teasing and I said something like, Anthony said, shouldn't she have been able to predict this? And she had said, like, this is how I know I'm not perfect. So she's great. She'll play along with it. She's fun. But she basically, Meg said she should have told you the cameras weren't going to work. Maybe that's why she was like, yeah, it's okay. I'm not going to do the show today because it doesn't actually matter. It's not existing. Mercury was in retrograde. I think we're out of it. But she talks about that a lot in this video.
What about Mercury?
And that was before the cameras went out.
What the heck is going on?
Imagine she texted me and was like, I'm not going to be on your show today because you're not having one. And I was like, what?
That'd be weird. All right, so I can put this video on now, I believe. Let me know if you guys in the chat, let me know if you hear the audio coming from the medium.
Hi, Carla Marie and Anthony and crew. It's Amanda Rieger Green. We totally had a Mercury retrograde snafu this morning. I was supposed to be on the show and do live readings, which I am thrilled about. We're rescheduling that to the 26th, so be sure to tune in.
Oh, yeah.
But all of that being said, anybody out there, if you don't know what Mercury retrograde is and all the hype, do not stress about it. Just know this. We have a new moon today in Virgo. Mercury is stationing to shift direct in Virgo, which is its home sign, which is all about pausing, reflecting when there are disruptions, and then responding practically, taking practical action, not allowing yourself to get lost in the chaos of your emotions or your frustration. Feel that stuff for 30, 45 seconds and then say, okay, how can I respond? Instead of reacting, respond. That is your mojo right now. Between now and like Monday, Tuesday, take it easy on yourself, take it easy on others, and I'll see you next week. I can't wait.
All right, so I didn't actually hear any of that. Did you watch the video before?
I did earlier,
Okay,
like
what'd she
the other
say?
day. Well, it was like a week ago or 5 days ago. So much has happened since then. Something along the lines about Virgo and the moon and Mercury in retrograde. But we should be good now because it is past the point of the retro microwave.
But how often is Mercury in retrograde?
A lot. Because I just looked it up and it was like the whole year.
Because I feel like if it's something that legitimately impacts electronic devices, right, and communications, we should have built a system that...
You can't. Mercury rules all.
What are you talking about?
I'm going to be honest with you. That...
The shot?
I'm a little...
No, you're not.
I swear to God.
No, you're not. This is... Just so you know, this is you all the time.
No. Physically, my eyes, I feel it.
What do you feel?
I can't drive to the arcade today.
No one's asking you to.
All right.
So I think you're okay. But yeah, we will be hanging out down in LBI all week. So hopefully our 3 shows this week will all be flawless. And
it's a rainy day at the beach today. So there was a reason I was going to say that.
Thank you.
We're hoping to do a beach stream one day.
Yes.
And then we're going to enter the beach category.
The beach and hot tub and pool category?
Yeah.
Also, for those of you who listened to the morning show podcast today, I know the audio was a little weird. It's because we were using these microphones. We'll be back to our regular microphones hopefully today, so the audio should balance out a little bit. There were some issues that I had to adjust this morning, which being on the East Coast makes the building, it's interesting because getting stories is harder because that's easier on the West Coast because
we have more time.
All the news basically stops by the time 9 o'clock hits on the West Coast.
But like I did struggle a bit finding stories.
Yeah, so we have to kind of like push that back a little bit here.
Which is good.
But you know, if there are issues with the morning show podcast, we can adjust those a little easier here because we're ahead of the rest of the time zones.
But we were missing a wire for our other microphone. So we got on the family Instacart this morning because other people needed stuff for work.
Your family loves Instacart.
Loves Instacart.
I mean, they're the only family I've ever seen that's Instacarted or Uber Eats or whatever they did food at dinner.
It wasn't food.
Or drinks at dinner.
The restaurant didn't have iced tea or juice for the kids. And by kids, I mean my 20-year-old niece.
Yeah.
So my sister Instacarted it for her. And then this morning, Gabriella was Instacarting.
But they Instacarted it to the restaurant.
Yeah. Gabriella was Instacarting an order from Staples that she needed a wire for and a mouse pad because she's working. And she didn't have it. I was like, can we get on this train? And we did.
That's a great story.
Instacart, though. We're on vacation. Who wants to go to Staples?
You see, here's the thing. I've been trying, and I understand. I totally understand.
Lisa said Instacart is the New Jersey way.
Is it
It
really?
is true, though. Think about it. Like, if you can just get something Instacarted from what would take 40 minutes to an hour in Jersey traffic in the morning. Not here, right? But, like, for us, we can run down the street to the Target. I could walk there in 10 minutes.
Of course, yeah.
Seattle.
If
It's a
you're in a
little
city,
different.
it's a little different because it's easier to get to things. There's a convenience store on like every corner. I understand that. If you live out in the burbs or even further out, it's a little harder. But and I'm not saying that anyone should have gone to Staples today because it was probably a time crunch. They're all working. I do try to force myself now to not. With food, I try not to order anything on Uber Eats or DoorDash unless I absolutely have to. But even then, with let's say Best Buy or Amazon,
we can just go pick up.
I try, as long as it's available in the store, and I'll usually check beforehand. I do my best to go to either a Target or a Best Buy or a physical location, even a Staples or an Office Depot, just because I feel like otherwise I'm in the house all day long. And I'm going to go nuts.
When you physically need to go to that store, it's not going to exist because we didn't go to that store prior.
That's the other part. That's when I remember talking about one of the video game stores in Seattle that I go to. And I try to go and buy something there every couple months. A, because I have an addiction problem. B, because there are certain things like old school converters and things like that if you want to do like retro gaming that a lot of these stores do have in stock. But if you end up ordering all of that stuff from Amazon, you're going to end up putting those places out of business. And I do think, listen, I don't think we need a Chipotle on every corner of every neighborhood, but I do think we need small businesses that are unique like that, whether it's a video game store, whether it's a shoemaker, whether it's a watch repair person. Yeah. Those are businesses we should want in our neighborhoods because those are real people who are putting their time and effort into an industry and providing a service for their neighborhood.
The convenience is great, but convenience, you have to find the line of I need this because it's convenient and I'm lazy.
Yeah, am I in a time crunch or am I lazy? Right. Is really and most of us, if we were being honest with ourselves, are probably lazy more often than not. I'm 100% guilty of it.
I'm not.
What are you talking about? You're not.
I go to the store all the time.
What stores?
Fred Meyer. But I do pick up.
Exactly. But okay, so where does that fall in this?
It falls. I do go to the grocery store and shop when I need to, but it's free, over $35, which is like bananas, so we're good. And I can get it same day, so I just go to Fred Meyer and I pick it up. So that's still someone's job, right? That has to shop for my stuff, and they're the nicest people ever.
And the store has to exist there,
right, to pick it up. Yeah. So, and I haven't done I did grocery delivery like probably 5 times ever, and you always have to order so much. I just didn't love it. It was either Amazon or I don't know what options we have.
I'm wondering if
the pickup is different.
I'm wondering if the pickup actually creates more jobs.
It definitely does, because those people
or they're just working their employees harder.
No, because what else could those people possibly
stocking shelves?
Yeah, but that's okay.
Spill on aisle 6.
But think how many times you were stocking a shelf and you literally had nothing else to do. You started reorganizing shelves.
Yeah. I don't know. I wonder. I don't know. I don't have the answer one way or the other. But the interesting thing about the pickup is I think it actually is beneficial that's one of the few examples of something that's beneficial to the company, the community, and the person all at the same time. Because as a shopper, I find that if I do a pickup order or something like that, I'm buying less crap. Right? I'm not, although now they have pop-ups and stuff that'll say, hey, if you add an extra $12 to your order, or this is on sale, and that's fine. But I feel like when you're at a store, when you're at a grocery store or a food store, depending on what you call it, you're more likely to just throw things in your cart. And then by the time you get to checkout, you're paying. You're not putting anything away once you get to checkout. However, if you're at a digital checkout, you will take things out of your shopping cart
always
to hit a certain number that you want.
Hit it or add to it, whatever it may be. But I think it's great for parents because I can't tell you how many times we would go to the grocery store as kids, and you know those little things they have hanging that are in the perfect spot when you're in the shopping cart as a kid, and you're like, I want this. Yep. We used to get them all the time.
All the stupid plastic toys.
The things what were those bubbles that were in a tube, and then they would come with like a straw stick, and it was like almost like a gum, but it would come out of the tube, and you would put it at the end, and you blow it up.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
I don't know what it's called, but it's at the grocery store.
Yeah, I do know what you're talking about.
Where was this message I wanted to read from? Mish said, nope, it wasn't that one, but it was you, Mish.
Waiting.
Nobody do anything. I lost it. But it was about the grocery store.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
God bless you.
Mish said that
It's not Queen.
when they're not doing your grocery order, people could be facing the shelves. So not stocking shelves, but facing shelves was the
The
thing
hell
that.
is facing a shelf?
So it's making the shelf look pretty. So I used to have to do that at drug fair all the time.
But
So
aren't you doing that while you're stocking a shelf?
well, sometimes it may not need to be stocked. So you just go
okay.
in and you make it organized. I remember one day I spent my entire shift organizing the light bulbs. And then my boss was like, what did you do today? I was like, the light bulbs were a mess. And I literally spent 5 hours doing light bulbs.
I used to, and I was a stock boy at a deli growing up for a summer, I believe. And basically what I would do is after I would stock everything, I had to make sure that I was stocking. And this is how I still stock my fridge and everything. What? Can I help you? Can I help you with something?
Stop.
Like, okay, when Carla Marie buys 18,000 seltzers, how are they put in the fridge, Carla Marie?
How?
Label out and in color order.
I put the last ones in the fridge.
Oh, the last ones. Thank you for that. Thank you for putting the last ones in the fridge. I will say there's been something I've been doing in the house, and I don't know if Carla Marie has caught onto it yet.
Give me a hint and I'll say.
It has to do with dishes.
I got no idea.
You got no idea. Let me explain my nefarious acts recently.
I don't know what that word means,
So
can you tell us what that word means?
nefarious, like evil, I don't know, bad.
Do you even know the word you use?
Yes. So here's what I've been doing. I realized there are different ways that I put things away, and they're compared to how Carla Marie puts things away.
Mm-hmm.
As you can imagine, you know us. I do them in a slightly more organized fashion. What I started realizing was Carla Marie was taking advantage of that. She would throw things just haphazardly in a for example, pots, Tupperwares, the things that need real organization because they've got to fit into one another.
So what have you been doing?
So what I've been doing is I will not organize dishes.
You've been leaving them out on the counter?
No, I'll either leave them out on the counter,
Yeah.
or if I put them in a cabinet, if you haven't organized it when you
been a
put it away,
mess.
yeah, I will just
I
put
was
it.
like, why are these Tupperwares
I will put
so
Tupperware
messy?
or pots and pans just on top of what you've put in.
I actually organized the pots and pans because that was driving me a bit insane. But
Because-
the Tupperware
but here's the
lately,
thing.
I'm like, what is happening?
But let me be very clear. If they are organized already, as I would have organized them, then I will continue the organization. However, if they're messy, I will continue the mess.
Well, do you
And
know
that's what
why?
I've been doing for about a month and a
You need to know
half.
your role, and it is to keep things organized.
So I've been doing that for about a month and a half. And you just realized now why everything was so
like,
messy.
Why? I was like, I
Because-
haven't been doing anything different. Why am I
Exactly.
Tupperware
That's the whole
on
point.
that?
That's the whole point, is Carla Marie has not been doing anything differently. She has just been throwing
I was like,
things
Mercury is in my Tupperware.
in. Yep, a month and a half. I'm glad we got to put this out there, though. I'm glad we got to air this out. But
When you're not there, though, everything's great. Just letting you know.
what do you mean everything's
Like, things
great?
are fine.
Yeah, because you don't notice them and they're messy. Listen, I don't disagree with if someone's living alone.
Also, yeah, thank you. Life is a hike. I know you're talking about yourself, but that's not nefarious. You're so petty.
Okay, fine. That's
You're
fine.
so petty.
That's fine. So I don't disagree where if you're living alone, you are allowed to have your own organized, unorganized chaos, right? It is no one else's business. But when you are living with another person, there is a responsibility
Okay,
there.
so when you shave next time,
Yes.
are you going to take your hairs that are everywhere and put them somewhere, or are you going to leave them where they
Yeah,
are?
put them down the drain.
No. First of all, let's put them in the garbage and not clog the drain, because when the drain gets clogged, who has to unclog the drain?
I have. I put
You
the
took the
drain
snake?
out.
You took the snake?
No, the snake was you. But anyway, let me explain.
So, you're going to take the hairs and put them somewhere? Because
Where are we talking?
the tub, they like live there, and
Yeah.
they hang out there. They're in the sink.
I'll give you another example of something I've been requesting, because I do like to clean the tub, and I have been requesting a shower head that comes off the wall
Yeah, you have.
with a hose.
I told you to buy one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Done.
But it has to be a good one.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. Get the
All right,
Jolie.
Let's get back to the list.
It
today.
does, it filters your
The
hair.
Jolie?
Yeah.
The hell is a Jolie? So the Soul Reader will be next week, hopefully, as long as everything works. We haven't gotten to talk about the aliens yet. the Mexican or Peruvian alien. They're from Peru, but they were like
at the
revealed
Mexican
in
Congress.
Mexican Congress. So I believe that there can be aliens. I believe that they may have shown up at some point in the past. Maybe they're here now. Who knows?
They're here.
I don't think that what went down in Mexico last week was actually aliens.
John Camucci, not the cat, and I, the human, are on the same page as that these aliens somewhat resemble aliens of what we've always thought aliens look like before you put them on the screen.
Yeah.
And Anthony was like, but how do we know what aliens look like? And I was like, at some point in time, right, before the world is what it is now, I'd assume that aliens came to Earth. And the few people that were here saw them. Maybe the Aztecs, the Egyptians. I don't know. And they drew them, as they do, on their walls. And we've played the game of telephone for thousands upon thousands of years. So there's got to be something. And when I saw these, I was like, cat aliens.
So
you'll see them.
Let me put them on the screen.
Cat aliens.
Is it this one? No. Yeah, there we go. So
this is what they showed up with.
It just looks. It looks too perfect in terms of like, oh, this is what ET looked like, kind of. So we're just going to build.
Not too perfect. That
what
is
do you mean?
No, that proves right there. That proves that cats
the
are
ET
aliens.
was real?
No, that cats are aliens. Those guys look like little baby cats.
They do not look
no,
like
they
cats.
do, because when I go to the vet and I see they do the x-rays and I see their skeletons, that's what it looks like.
I just don't think those are the guys.
Yeah.
Those are not our champions. That's not who we're looking for.
No, and maybe it's proof that all aliens aren't like the movie Alien with 8,000 tentacles.
And where have these things been?
The government kept them a secret.
So we think the Mexican government had the only two or one intact alien skeletons?
No, we have them too. We're just slowly starting to tell people we saw UFOs hundreds of times every month.
I think there are definitely unexplainable things that have happened in the world. I think there's a chance that aliens could exist and it may have been here. I just don't think that's
paper mache?
Yeah, I think it's cake.
Now on Netflix.
Yeah. Have you seen that meme?
Is it cake? About the aliens?
Yeah.
No.
Someone made a "Is it cake" meme and they cut the cake out.
We were at a wedding at the Venetian on Saturday night in New Jersey. The most intense wedding venue ever. It is where Snooki got married. And our friend literally points to the ceiling and goes, "Is it cake?" Because the way the ceiling is painted with the lighting on it, it truly looks like it's cake. And it's just absurd. So I understand where they were going with seeing this, saying, "Is it cake?"
It's just that can't be it. That can't be the alien we've been waiting for.
I hope it is.
And apparently it's 1,000 years old
How
or
do
something.
they keep it like that? They mummified it?
It's a great question. Or it's an alien and maybe it doesn't decompose in our atmosphere the way we do. I don't know.
Like, there are a lot of things I'll be like, that's your opinion. Go for it.
Okay.
A lot of things. Like, regular issues today. Anything. When it comes to aliens, I'm not saying this. If you're someone that's like, there's no such thing as other life, I'm like, you're ignorant to think that we're the only living beings in this entire universe. Do you know how big the universe is?
Yes.
Just making sure.
I think there are a couple different ways you can go with that. I think you can say, thinking anyone understands the universe is ignorant in itself.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
He understands a lot about it. I don't think he understands the universe. I'm sure there's a lot of things that he still cannot explain. But I also wonder, we are sitting here looking at climate change and natural disasters and whatnot. Maybe a lot of these other planets had people just like us, and they just wiped themselves out.
100%. I believe that is a theory that I could subscribe to.
Like maybe we have just populated so many places randomly. They're like the same way we ended up on Earth, we may have ended up on Mars, but maybe we ended up on Mars 5 million years ago, and we ran through that planet already. And
it's just now it's inhabited Earth is going to be somebody's Mars in a billion years. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I subscribe to that theory.
Who knows? There are.
When you start thinking about it, it gets a little nerve-wracking.
What?
Because you're like, wow, there's just so much. I'm nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
also makes things like nothing matters.
But that's the cool part about looking looking into space and learning about the universe is you start realizing like how insignificant certain things are.
Mm-hmm.
All of us are pretty insignificant when it comes to space. And then you start looking at
Man, what was in that vodka?
And then you start looking at the timeline of the universe. And you start realizing that what we know as human existence is like a nanosecond.
But to say what like the anti-science haters say, how do you know that anything exists before humans do?
I don't know anything.
Facts.
And I'll just continue to learn as much as I can. Next thing on the list. Oh, NSYNC. I don't know why it looks like that on the screen, but NSYNC is apparently back. So they have at least one song. And I'm going to give you my conspiracy theory here in a second.
Let me just explain what's happening.
Yes.
We talked about this on the Morning Show podcast. NSYNC comes out at the VMAs. They like kick it off. They give Taylor Swift the award. They don't say anything about why they're together. They're all posting ominous stuff on social media, and everyone's like, the NSYNC tour, the internet erupts. Millennials are like, if you don't know this song, blah blah blah, you better not be in line for tickets. You can't buy.
You're skipping a lot of things here.
No. But then we find out, no, it doesn't seem like there's a tour. NSYNC is doing a song together for the movie Trolls, which is Justin Timberlake's whole thing. So we're getting a new song on September 29th. Mm-hmm. And all we've been told now is that there's a new song for the freaking Trolls movie, which I love NSYNC and all, but come on.
What was the song that Justin Timberlake made? Yeah, that was for Trolls too, right? So it's going to be, it's going to be a song you'll hear at every wedding probably for the next 30 years. But my theory is they are working on NSYNC at the Super Bowl.
I would subscribe.
Okay. They're seeing what Taylor has done. They're seeing what a lot of these like major artists have done. They're going to see what they can do at the Super Bowl, see if they get the reception they get. And from there, they are going to possibly kick off a reunion tour at Coachella this year.
So we got to get our tickets.
That's my theory, is they are going to gauge interest from streams and memes and all the things on the internet from the Super Bowl. And from there, they're going to say, you know what, guys, we can make a lot of money. Coachella's going to pay us $7 million to do this show. Then we'll go on tour. We'll have an Eras NSYNC tour. Millennials will wear whatever.
What are we going to wear?
JUCO jeans and headbands. I think everyone just has to dress like Chris Kirkpatrick.
When I went to the NSYNC tour when I was in 7th grade, sat 11th row. Again, I'll tell the story very quickly. BB Mac performed prior, like they were the opener. Mm-hmm. And then Joey Fatone's brother was the hype man for NSYNC. And he came out and he was like, everybody ready for NSYNC? And he started throwing out disposable cameras into the crowd. And I caught one. I have it somewhere, if my mom didn't throw it out. It is an NSYNC disposable camera. So when you took photos, the bottom had like an NSYNC frame. And I have photos of that show somewhere.
That's pretty cool.
I forget where I was going. Oh, I had T-shirts my friends and I made, and mine said JC because I loved him so much. Mm-hmm. And I think that was such a thing then of like making your own concert T-shirt.
Yeah, we would like Sharpie and stuff.
It was we used like the bubble paint,
or you would do like the iron-on photos of the artist.
Yeah,
and then draw around it.
I think I'm gonna set it now. That needs to be what we do.
I would love to see NSYNC at Coachella. I'd love to see them do a reunion tour. It's still, I don't think would be as big as One Direction doing a reunion tour.
Well, you're wrong. My niece, Gabriella.
I think they'd be very close.
We'll ask her because she's actually a fan of both.
Okay.
My nieces are in that weird age group. And she said yesterday, Gabriella was like, guys, if NSYNC goes on tour, are we going? And I was like, I don't think you're allowed to buy tickets. You're too young. And she was like, I know the songs.
Yeah, but was she born after the year 2000?
No.
Oh, then she's allowed.
That's what she said. She's like, it's after the year 2000.
Yeah.
I'll find out. Hold on.
You know you could get up here. You have a wireless mic.
Oh. Gabriella Marie. I need you.
Working.
We can talk about other things.
Just going to wait here. I think I see her coming out.
By the way, how many people are staying in this house? I need you. You can be here.
You're not on camera yet. Don't worry.
You will be, though.
You don't have to be if you don't want to.
Just sit down. You're fine. No one's going to see it.
What?
Come here.
I don't want to go.
She doesn't want
Okay,
to be on
I'll
camera.
interview you off. Hold on. Okay, the question is, do you think NSYNC or One Direction would be a bigger reunion tour?
NSYNC.
Thank you.
I disagree.
But you can't disagree with her because she grew up with both.
I think the problem with the NSYNC tour is that people will be responsible for buying their own tickets. I think with a One Direction tour, you still have a bunch of people whose parents will be buying them their tickets, and therefore it will sell more.
I disagree because now people have their own money to buy their own tickets as opposed to relying on their parents to buy it for them.
Millennials are poor.
Exactly.
That's true, yeah.
You're asking a bunch of millennials to do it. And plus, they all spend their money on Taylor Swift already. So that's
also
doubly
true.
expensive.
The only reason Gabriella knows about NSYNC is because of me.
That's fine. Are you trying to ruin her NSYNC experience now?
But we were talking about how, the only reason I know about the Jonas Brothers is because of Gabriella and Alyssa. So they had an extra ticket and I went with them.
But I will say, either one of those artists going to Coachella and I'm there, NSYNC or One Direction, I would be there.
But
and
I think like the true Coachella people would be like, Coachella's ruined.
I don't think so. Not anymore. I mean, you've had a bunch of like old school bands reunite there. Didn't Journey do it? Or not? Maybe Black Sabbath? I think Coachella now is just everything. If it's going to make headlines, it's going to be at Coachella.
That's fair.
And I'm hoping I have at least one friend who is in for this idea. And I've been talking about it for years. You're in for both.
Well, continue. Say it.
So Stagecoach, which is so Coachella's 2 weeks. It's Coachella weekend 1, Coachella weekend 2. And then the next weekend is Stagecoach. And they all happen at the Polo Grounds in Coachella Valley. My goal is to go to Coachella weekend 2, stay in Palm Springs because it's right there, and then go to Stagecoach the following weekend. So you have two kind of rage weekends, but in the middle you just chill out.
Maybe
you chill out. You sit by the pool at an Airbnb.
Yeah, that's like a 9-day trip, though.
Yeah, but you could get some work done. We can stream from there. Our friends can all do their work.
Yeah, then it's a write-off.
Yeah. Yes, it is in California.
Okay, so this is how influence and internet works. My sister's over there going, Coachella, I want to go there. All my favorite show people go there, which means she saw on Instagram that someone from what show? Vanderpump Rules.
Oh, we did see someone from that show, though, didn't we? What show when we were walking into Stagecoach?
I saw Jason and Chriselle from Selling Sunset.
Oh, it wasn't
on Netflix.
Vanderpump Rules. They're not the same show. What happens on Vanderpump Rules? Is that not real estate?
Scandival.
But that's not real estate?
That's the restaurant.
Oh. What do you know?
Remember Scandival? Remember I watched the reunion of a show I've never seen before?
But the bad news is you generally don't see those people at the festivals. They're all in like VIP tents. Well, like we were told, for example.
No, I can't get you into the VIP tent.
For example, we went to the second time I went to Coachella, we went to a Bumble party. And Bumble rented out a house. It was like this VIP thing. Our friend Steve got us in. And we were told that at least 2 of their Kardashians were going to be there, Kendall and Kylie. And allegedly, they walked through.
They walked through.
And then they were gone. Like, that was it, though. That was their appearance.
Right when I stepped on glass and I had to go to the medic.
Yes. But they were there, maybe in a back room somewhere, and then they were gone. So a lot of those appearances end up being like a wave and then a see you later. And that's about it.
I'll do the weekend.
Which I've seen at nightclubs, too. You'll have like an artist say making an appearance at a nightclub. They get paid $10,000. They wave to some people.
How do I get that?
Become famous. What?
We have to talk about this. I haven't even said this on the internet anywhere.
Okay.
The wedding we were at, you guys are going to love this, at the Venetian, Saturday night, there was a band. Huh. And the band performed Shake It Off. And naturally, I am losing my mind. Like, I am back at the Eras Tour in my Eras Tour outfit, and I'm like going nuts. And the singer's on the dance floor, and she comes up to me for the bridge, and she just goes,
And then Carla Marie said 4 words?
No.
What'd you say?
I did the whole rap.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I thought you only did it like real quick.
No, I did the whole thing. And she was like, good job. So it was a rap. I didn't have to sing. I'm just going to shake to hell. I don't remember the lyrics without hearing it. But yeah, it was. I peaked. This is the end.
What if we got Joey Fatone on the show and we asked him all of our conspiracy theories and he has to confirm or deny every single one?
He won't, but we can do that.
What is he going to do then if he doesn't confirm or deny any of them? Just say,
No comment
no comment for all of them?
If you go look at our Instagram story,
Yes.
Instagram reel from the other day, we posted a video that we realized we never really put on Instagram.
Yeah.
From 8 years ago, like last week, we sang Backstreet Boys karaoke with Joey Fatone in Taiwan, which may have actually been the exact same date that they were at the VMAs.
It's close to it. I don't know if because it was before Labor Day that we were in Taiwan. So for those of you who are unaware, we did a trip to Taiwan. Joey Fatone was on that trip. It was a whole media thing, and we basically spent the whole week with this group of 12 people. And on the last day, we knew we were going to go to a karaoke spot because in a lot of Asian cities, they have like basically hotels dedicated to karaoke. You get a room. You go up an elevator. There's like thousands of people doing the same thing. They're KTVs.
It's wild.
And it's great.
You would love it.
And we asked Joey, because we were doing stuff for Z100 at the time, if he would do karaoke with us. And he said, I'll do it. I just can't do an NSYNC song.
Like, I think legally, maybe?
I don't know if it was legally or just whatever.
Not doing it, yeah.
He just wasn't going to do an NSYNC song. So I said, what about Backstreet Boys? And he said, absolutely. So we originally, because this is before Instagram had videos. This is, I think, before or very early on in Snapchat. So no one was really posting stuff like that. It only went to the iHeartRadio home pages of a bunch of radio stations because it got pushed out from Z100 to all these other brands. And even then it got a crap ton of views, but it was just a different time where it happened and then everyone forgot about it. It didn't like live anywhere forever. I wonder if you could still go to z100.com, look and find it.
I had the link saved, I think, recently. Like, I was going through all my links and I clicked it and it was like, this is a dead page. Okay. Yep, Sam was on the trip with us. It was a wild time.
Yeah. And for some reason, Sam wasn't doing karaoke with us. I don't remember
why.
I mean, there was also a lot of drinking going on, so.
Wait, you can do that in Seattle in the International District. Well, we did, where did we go for my birthday?
Music box.
No.
Sound box. Mic box.
Pop Rocks?
Rock box. No, it's called Rock box.
We got there.
There you go.
Good job. It's a time. My biggest regret was after my family left from visiting me in Seattle last year, I was like, why didn't we do this? So I think this Wednesday night, we're going to karaoke here.
Well, there are, I think someone said that you can do it in the International District in Seattle. There are specifically KTVs in Seattle as well.
There are.
I'm pretty sure I looked it up the other day. Because KTV is like a brand.
Yeah. Karaoke TV?
I guess.
Yeah, so we're doing karaoke Wednesday night. So far, the only people that have said they will sing are myself and my sister. Oh, and Alyssa Marie. I'm probably the worst at singing, and out of our family, T and Gabriella, my niece, are probably the best. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. We're going to have to find out. You're going to have to live stream it.
But it's got to be a performance. Like, you can't just sing. You got to, like... I'm going to have to do Taylor. I'm going to do cool songs.
Going back to your birthday where you had your party at Rockbox, I think the best karaoke performance I think I've ever seen to date is John Camucci doing Maroon 5.
Yep.
I mean, there was only 6 of us in that room.
We were all like...
Yeah, but he had us going.
Because John is Adam Levine.
No, Adam Levine's a douche. John's not a douche. John's like one of the nicest guys you're ever going to come across. Adam Levine,
He's a bro.
No, but he is a bro. But that doesn't mean he's an a-hole.
All right,
I mean, John is legitimately one of the nicest people.
I actually am going to pee. If you want to take a different family member, you can. I'll BRB.
I don't think any of them want to be here. So
Alyssa looks cute.
What, you can't wait 5 minutes?
No.
And I have to get a guess.
Oh, you know what? Let me talk about the game that I think we are going to start playing on Twitch. So my brothers and I were talking about a bunch of different video games and stuff over the weekend. And there's a game that I've been looking at called Cult of the Lamb. And it's a weird game that you're actually supposed to like build your own cult. But we found out they have Twitch integrations. So everyone here would be a part of it. And as you grow your cult following, people on Twitch can name members of this video game cult after themselves. So like Claire and Olympia could have her own Claire and Olympia character in the video game and customize it. And I think you can actually like change how it dresses and stuff like that. And let's see. Zeal Crux says, yes, cannot wait to be a follower. But apparently there's a bunch of Twitch integrations with this game. And you can actually do that. So I think we might... Oh, you can also die, apparently. but I think we might actually do that on stream. Now, all of this is contingent on getting an actual streaming PC because we need to make sure we can do all of that stuff. But that's the goal. Now, Carla Marie doesn't know anything about this.
What is the game?
It's called Cult of the Lamb.
Oh, God.
And the whole point of the game is to create a cult following, but then people on Twitch can name the characters in the game after themselves.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Look what I found.
Uh-oh. Oh, I'm getting pushed out of here. Slide over. Hey.
Say hi to everybody
Hey,
on
it's over
camera.
there.
Michael, say hi, everybody. Remember me?
Say hi. From Florida?
You waiting for something to happen?
You're live. Do you remember me? Remember I hosted the show in Disney?
No, he does not remember that.
Tell everyone.
Oh, hi. Okay.
Look at the chicken nuggets. Oh, Ricky's in here. Hold
Look
on.
at that.
Michael, tell everyone what you want to be for Halloween.
I want to be ready.
Woody, and what is Aunt Coco Carla going to be? What am I going to be? I don't want to be
Little
Little
Bo
Bo
Peep?
Peep. You
Little
said I was going to be Jessie.
Little Bo
Now I'm Little Bo Peep. And you said Anthony's going to be what?
Ready.
An alien? The aliens?
That makes sense.
Okay, also...
Eat that and be.
Oh, Adriana's going to be what?
Be.
You have to talk this way.
Into the microphone. Okay, hold on. Can you tell everyone what my name is?
Yeah.
What?
Coca-Cola.
Say it right here. Oh, you're on my mic.
Coca-Cola.
And who's that?
Anthony.
You're
Very
so
good.
good.
Pretty good.
This is...
Oh, she's getting restless.
Oh, what's her name?
Adriana.
Okay.
She's getting restless. Here we go. You got her?
Oh my God! Yesterday I learned my sister almost had a heart attack. That apparently you're not supposed to pass babies across the table.
Why?
Bad luck.
It's bad luck.
Whatever.
No, we do it anyway.
Yeah.
We do it anyway. Do you see yourself? Everyone's saying, "Oh my God, look how cute Michael is."
They're actually saying, look at how good he's being. He better be like this all day.
Yeah.
Okay, well, never mind.
All right, here, sit here. You're on the show. You're live. We're gonna interview you. Okay?
Yeah.
What's your favorite color?
Lovely green.
I like green. Do you want to take questions from the chat?
Yeah.
All right. Please submit your questions for Michael, everybody. How old are you?
Good.
How do you feel about the auto worker strike? Are you for or against it? Yes or no?
Talk.
No.
No. Wow, you heard it here first. Union busting, Michael.
Michael, how old are you?
Good.
How old are you?
Good.
Good.
Oh.
That's good. How old are you going to be?
Be 3.
You're going to be 3. What is your favorite cartoon?
2.
What's your favorite cartoon?
2.
Do you like Bluey?
No.
Who do you like? Blippi?
No.
Okay. We need you to be a little
Super
more.
Mario. So cartoon.
No.
This kid passed media training?
No.
No.
Okay. What's your favorite superhero?
No.
Do you like Spider-Man?
No.
Okay.
Michael.
We're
I like Coke.
Hulk.
Hulk.
Good
So what does
answer.
the Hulk do? Oh, what is the when you score a touchdown? What do you do? Show us the touchdown. The dance.
Yeah.
Do it. You can do it sitting. Apparently, you saw an NFL football player do this one day, so that's his football dance. My friend, someone said my friend does this on Instagram with her son. She has people submit questions.
That's funny.
All right, we can do that. It's the microphone. Hold it.
Tell everyone your full name.
No.
Because they're going to take out credit cards in his name. And that's it.
Not say my Instagram.
I like what's your favorite Canada?
What's your favorite food?
I like
Cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger.
Okay. Can you show me 3 with your hand? Somebody said. Do 3. All right. Scout's honor.
There are 3 of them up there.
no.
So that counts.
That's 4, silly man.
Put your pinky down.
There's 4.
That's 4.
Just do 1.
Mm.
It is National Burger Day
Oh
today.
God. There you go. That's 2 and
Just do one. Do the middle one.
don't teach them that.
Come on. That's a rite of passage in this family.
Yeah, like this. Number 1. All right, you're out of here.
Goodbye. Careful,
We'll see ya.
don't trip over the wire.
Say bye to everyone.
Is Uncle Sal leaving?
11 a.m. tomorrow. We got a stream, so
All right, you better be ready to go tomorrow.
and with that, the show's over. Right? Actually, what time is it? I actually have no idea.
It is 11.
Oh, it is almost. No, we still got a couple minutes.
I got just so confused when I saw that it was 11
Why?
because that's not normally the time that we do the show.
I realized this morning because I was super tired and I had a headache when I got up that I never really rested or adjusted properly since landing in New Jersey because we took the red eye. That was a whole disaster where the woman in front of us kept fainting and
Oh my God, we didn't
passed
talk
out a
about that.
couple
Yeah,
times.
you just said that like it was so casual.
it was real weird. I
So-
woke up. So we originally took the aisle and window seats on our row 17. And the reason I say that is because there was a seat between us, they brought on a flight attendant who was flying standby. She technically had that seat, so Carla Marie moved over, sat next to me, the flight attendant who's not working.
Yeah,
Keep in mind, she's flying on
but
standby.
she was great. She complimented my foot hammock.
She is now in the aisle seat. And halfway through the flight, when I finally fall asleep, I realize I kind of wake up and she's leaning over both of us, hitting the light and then hitting the call button for the other flight attendant.
I was kind
And
of
then yelling, and then she yells back, "We need help up here." What is going on? So I look over and she then helps this lady up. The lady was, I don't know, probably 60, 70 years old, picks her up. And I'm like, oh, maybe she fell, whatever. Maybe there's turbulence I didn't know about. And then I see her, and she's kind of walking with her hands on her back like this. And all of a sudden, this lady's head, her eyes roll back into the back of her head, and she goes straight back again and falls. And now two guys who were
I was still sleeping for this part.
2 seats ahead of me
I guess.
catch her and help. Because the flight attendant's not like a large woman. She's
No,
pretty
she was
small.
super tiny.
And they brought her up again. And she falls again and faints. And this happened like 2 or 3 times until they got her to her seat and until I think they called for like a medical doctor or
I don't
whatever.
think they did. They
did.
got her to see she was fine.
And no, someone
They
came
did
up to
as a
her.
doctor on the board.
They said, is there a medical professional, I believe. Is
They
what
announced it or they just yelled it?
No, they announced it.
No way.
Yeah.
I think I slept through that.
But that's the crazy thing is
guess
it
I
wasn't.
slept.
It was
It wasn't
very
chaotic. Yeah.
subdued for what was going on. But when I saw that woman, I don't think I've ever seen anyone faint.
Me neither. In real life, never. Have you?
Growing up, my mom used to faint, but I don't like fully
Was she
remember.
like a
it.
goat?
Yeah, her and my brother. I think there's a part of the blood disorder that all of us have helps. Yeah,
I know
I
they
also have a
have.
blood disorder
I know that.
called thalassemia, and it's basically where your blood cells don't carry as much oxygen or iron as they normally do.
Or shit, yeah.
So you're more susceptible to fainting. It's never impacted me necessarily.
No.
But it's happened to them. So that's the only time. But I was a kid, so I don't really remember that happening very often. But this woman, seeing her eyes roll into the back of her head was real weird.
So Martha just said, oh my God, the altar boys in church always fainted. And I wonder, because Martha you have the same heritage, right?
Yes.
So I wonder, because it is Mediterranean.
Mediterranean anemia is like the slang.
So there's fainting altar boys in your churches.
But
all
there's
the time.
also something with our altar boys, and I don't know if it's. Do you guys hold candles like your altar boys?
Well, I was an altar boy, and yeah, we did it sometimes.
So we have these things in our church where they're staffs essentially, and they have candles on top, and you're supposed to hold candles. But what happens with a lot of kids is they'll focus on the flame, and there's something about focusing on a flame that actually can cause you to faint. They'll be sitting there because you're just standing there for like 10 minutes at a time. So the altar boys will sit there staring at the candle and just pass out.
I think that's Jesus.
It could be.
That is Jesus. Your brother Justin's in the chat. He wants everyone to know he's not the fainting goat. It's
Yeah, I
Michael.
think he's the only one that doesn't have thalassemia. I'm fairly certain.
Cool.
But anyway, the reason I brought that up is the red eye could not really get good sleep.
No,
on there.
it was a disaster.
Then I got to Ridgewood. I fell asleep for a couple hours. Then I went out that night. Then I woke up for the wedding the next morning. Didn't sleep until 3 o'clock in the morning. So my body hasn't really like reset at all. And this morning, I could not get out of bed.
Where'd you go Friday night?
Friday, I went. I worked out with my cousin George, and I came back, and everyone was hanging out at my house for a while. I didn't go out. I just stayed up.
Yeah, I couldn't really sleep on the flight, and then I went to my parents, slept for like 3 hours, got my hair done at Dina's, and then I went to bed at like 8 p.m. Friday night and woke up and I did the Orange Theory dry try strength. I actually did pretty well, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So that was like a great way to like, I finally slept. And what you're supposed to do in a new time zone is wake up and work out.
Yeah.
But it's really hard to do. But going to sleep early, I was able to do it. But my Uber driver on the way home from the airport at 6 a.m. Friday morning was asking me like all these questions about my flight and everything. And I was like, well, I'm so out of it, but I can't sleep in the Uber. So I'll entertain this guy. And he's got KTU, the station that Carolina and Greg T are on.
Yeah.
On. And he's asking me what I do. And I'm like, oh, I have a media company. I do podcasts and streaming. Because I was like not ready to get into it at that time. And he's like, oh, and he starts asking me questions like, what this? So finally I'm like, yeah, I used to work for Elvis. And he's like, really? I was like, yeah, I used to work with Carolina and Greg T. And they're listening to their show. He's like, really? Who did you like more? And I was like, it all depended on the day, honestly, because T is a maniac. And then he was like, well, what's your podcast? So I tell him, and he went to YouTube to search the morning show podcast.
Yeah.
But we came up. I gave him our sticker that had a QR code.
Our channel came up?
Yeah, it was weird. I don't know if maybe he put our names in. I didn't notice. So I told him, no, listen to the podcast. He's like, all right, I'm going to listen. I was like, okay, good. I'm glad you're waiting to like get out of the car to listen to my podcast because this would be awkward. But his name was Barry. So if somehow he found this, hi, Barry.
Well, this wouldn't be the podcast.
Well, no, because he said he was going to watch on YouTube as well.
We got a baby behind us somewhere. But it is time for us. What?
Hold on, we're going to end with Adriana's new trick.
Come on, Michael, you can do it too.
Okay. No, wait. Adriana.
She's coming back.
She learned, she does this, so no sound, right? No. No sound right now, but when you do this, this is her party trick.
Oh, she's going to eat that microphone.
No? Oh.
Yeah, maybe don't just pop her nose.
Do it.
Come on. Are you kidding me?
Okay, do clap hands. Can you clap your hands?
Yeah.
Clap hands.
Everybody say what a dumb baby.
What a dumb baby. I didn't say that. My mom said that. For the record. All right, ready?
All right. Oh.
She don't do shit.
All right. Adriana does not want to perform, so it is time for us to get out of here. Thank you for hanging out with us. The Morning Show podcast is available wherever. Oh.
She did it once. She's not a performer. She's not.
She's
She
wrapped
likes
up
spreadsheets like her mom. Get her out of here.
The Morning Show podcast is available wherever you get your shows, so we will be back here tomorrow, possibly from the beach, if the weather permits.
We'll see.
Later.